Resources these days that this team virtually turn out, although not fully fit, and much will depend on the influence of Asa Hartford against the club who bought and sold him within the space of 9 weeks in 1979. For Ian Bowyer, 2 milestones this afternoon. It's his 300th league game for Forest, and exactly 12 years ago this weekend he made his last appearance for Manchester City before leaving for Orient and then to Nottingham. Forest are still without Colin Todd and Gary Birtles, but Steve Hodge is back in midfield after suspension, and their recent record is impressive, 13 points from their last 5 games. In charge today, one of the country's senior officials, George Courtney from County Durham. Nottingham Forest then kick off, coming here with realistic ambitions of winning a place in Europe this season. An impressive away record as well. The pleasantness of the Manchester weather this afternoon not masking the seriousness of Manchester City's plight. They attack the goal to the left in the first half. Paul Power on their left-hand side, supported by Dennis Stewart. And an early collision involving Viv Anderson and Stewart. Brian Clough on the right of the picture, just making a point with characteristic gesture. McDonald in the end selecting Reed. It's Graham Baker who's got furthest forward, and a hand was raised by Baker, spotted by the referee. Just having a word with Willie Young, which ends in smiles from Young. Bond covering ground to make the header. Played forward crisply by Gunn. And Davenport is onside. Early problems for Manchester City. Rescued by Alex Williams. What a critical response that might be for the young goalkeeper. It really would sap the nerves of City to concede an early goal, and Davenport was clear, and behind the back four then tried to roll it past Williams to his left, but he stuck out a leg and made the save. Hodge. Neat work by Wallace. Good layoff from Hodge. Davenport in the clear. And Wallace! In the 11th minute, City had lost their concentration at the back, and Peter Davenport provided the opening, which Wallace took with aplomb. Only Liverpool have taken more away points than Nottingham Forest this season. And a rather impetuous challenge by Colin Walsh. But it's penalised. Certainly the ball played in the air won't suit either Kinsey or Stewart. It is really just what Willie Young would prefer to face. But this time it's Hartford who's got free. It looked as though the goalkeeper was well beaten. An early cross that caught Forest out when it came to marking, and it glanced off the outside of the post with Van Breukelen a yard or so away from Asa Hartford's header. Reed. Goes Kinsey again. Forest were half looking for offside, which they didn't get. Reed. Hartford is square of him. McDonald in turn, trying to go it alone, which was a good show of enterprise from him. Appreciated by the crowd. And Breukelen was quick off his line. In fact, the Dutch goalkeeper read the situation well. Johnson. Walsh taking on Bond. 5 minutes of the first half remaining. Mistake by Young. Can City capitalise? They've got a long way to go from this position. Handball by Bowyer. Bowyer rather foolishly continuing the debate with the referee. Hartford's free kick. McDonald! Looking for a goal on his 28th birthday. This time the header too high. To the final minute of the first half. Ranson. Reed. Certainly City have had a greater share of the ball in the first 45 minutes. But their attempts at goal have really been limited by Forest discipline. Might be a chance here for Chewett to set up Kinsey. How badly City needed that one to go in. Kinsey profiting from an intelligent header from Chewett, but stabbing it over the top. We've had 2 minutes of time that's been added on by George Courtney in the first half. But the half-time whistle goes. Plenty of commitment from Manchester City, but they'll reflect on a lack of discipline that allowed Ian Wallace the chance to hammer in a shot and perhaps hammer in a nail into City's coffin after 11 minutes. At half-time, it's Manchester City 0, Nottingham Forest 1. It's been another half to test the loyalty of Manchester City supporters, and I wonder what their thoughts are at half-time. Wisdom of selling a goal scorer like David Cross towards the end of the season, even though he'd been having an unhappy time here. It's an enterprising turn from Steve Kinsey. So we get the supporters cheering at the start of the second period. It's brought City a corner. Donald darting off the near post. Broekelen able to make it his on the edge of the 6-yard area. McDonald is onside. Baker in the middle. Can he get there first? It's Forest's turn to be rescued by their goalkeeper. Forest were pushing out to try and work the offside trap, but McDonald ran cleverly in anticipation, but Baker couldn't get there first as the goalkeeper tore off his line. Van Broekelen's first season in English football has already been punctured by a cartilage operation. He's a strong man, and a tough one too. But play will restart with a drop ball, because it was in the goalkeeper's grasp. And from Asa Hartford, Van Broekelen made an instinctive save to show how much he'd recovered his senses. The drop ball almost fell for Manchester City. Hartford stabbed his shot, and the goalkeeper reacted by throwing out his legs to divert the ball away. He punches again as the whistle goes for some pushing, I think by Bobby McDonald. Well, the Dutch international, the Nottingham Forest feel, is so important, not just for his goalkeeping skills, but for his sheer character. He's a live wire personality in their dressing room. And he certainly showed character to come back so quickly from that blow to the ribs and make the save from Hartford. And City's throw. And the question remains, with some 34 minutes left, where are Manchester City going to get a goal from? Perhaps Stewart can provide an answer. Nicely done against Young. And Hartford was tentative, his attempts to reach it. He was almost impeded by a teammate, Graham Baker. Reed. Now Bond. The last touch appeared to be Baker's. The referee thought otherwise. And there were no protests from Forest, let it be said. Breukelen wants to use the fist again. Caton drives in a shot as the whistle goes. And it had sounded a long time before the ball ended up in the back of the net. Reed working back. It was the mistake by Ranson that gave Forest possession. And again, Reed tidies it up after Power's tackle. Baker. Sure it had called, but there was no direction really in Baker's pass. Bond conceding a really needless corner. So Young has gone back onto the near post, with Davenport not far from him. Bond entrusted with marking Young this time. It's steered away by McDonald. Swain. Here's Bowyer. Hurdling a reckless attempt to halt him by Ranson. Shooting chance for Davenport. Well, it was splendidly executed too. Davenport allowed to turn, and he saw the gap. "16 minutes into the second half. Manchester City 0, Nottingham Forest 2. Ranson. And it's hard to imagine City coming back from this. But here's Kinsey. And now Reed. Half away by Anderson, back from Bond. Well, it's an old football saying that when you're down at the bottom, your luck is out. And it was a long way out for Kevin Bond. The shot that was very well struck, dipped over the goalkeeper, but out off the bar. Caton having to defend now without Kevin Bond alongside him. He's been pushed forward. It will give Davenport even more licence. Bond watching now from up on the halfway line and getting further instructions. Here's Kinsey, Gunn the defender. City's players lost all recognisable shape, really, through the desperation of the situation. This is McDonald. Bond trying an imaginative turn, and Baker! Yes! And the ploy of pushing Bond up front has brought reward. 18 minutes left. Kevin Bond took a chance with a turn that paid off for him, but lost Willie Young, and then Baker collected and flicked it in. It's his first goal for almost 7 months, Graham Baker. And can it inspire Manchester City now? One wonders what thoughts pass through a manager's mind in this situation. The thought of the crowd is now perhaps of a miracle. Bond. There's a zip about City at the moment with Hartford. Power having to come back out to collect. City certainly fighting for their first division future now. Commodity that Manchester City have a great deal of now. 8 minutes of this game left. Wallace. McDonald blocked the first one. Wallace still with a chance when City really should have cleared the danger. Walsh down injured. Davenport turning Caton. Hodge in the middle, and it rather struck him. He couldn't control it or diverted that goal. Robertson, and in the end, Williams, to his relief, can grasp the shot. Ranson against Walsh. Caton joins in. Here's Chewett, and Caton again. If points were awarded for corners, Manchester City would already be safe from the threat of relegation. Poor one by Power. Ranson being asked to stretch a little before he was ready to do so. He got the throw, though. And that's a clear foul, an unnecessary one by Swain, which puts his side in some pressure they won't relish. Ranson well enough to play it in. Caton, will it drop for City? It so nearly did. Reed and Davenport has taken it from him, but the linesman flags the use of a hand. McDonald and Brooklyn makes an authoritative catch. Despite the goal from Graham Baker, Manchester City are now right at the edge of the precipice. Forest 3 points nearer Brian Clough's target of a place in Europe. Their goals from Ian Wallace in the first half and then from Peter Davenport. And City's 17-year stay in the First Division remains very much in jeopardy. And of monumental importance for them now, the final 2 games at Brighton next Saturday and at home to Luton here in a fortnight's time. A final score at Main Road, it's Manchester City 1, Nottingham Forest 2.
Rearranged league game. In come Barry Horn for his first start in a Welsh shirt. Robbie